Hello and welcome to hidemy.com. I'm Privacy Mike, and today I will explain to you what private browsing is and also the best practices on when to use it. Let me just explain how a browser normally works so you can understand private browsing much easier. So when you use the internet in the normal browser mode, your browser logs what websites you visit, it saves cookies from those websites, it also stores form data to autocomplete it later. The browser saves passwords you have saved in the browser, history, or it saves a history of the files you have downloaded, and searches from your address bar. The browser will also save bits of web pages to load them faster the next time, pictures for example. That is called the cache. So now, as you can tell, in some instances it is convenient that your browser saves all those things for you because it makes using the browser easier. But now, let's say another person has access to your device. That means they will also have access to all the information stored in or saved in your browser. Or you are using another device to just quickly log into your email or check your bank statement. In those cases, you don't want to leave any information behind. Now, with the private browsing, which is also known as incognito mode in Google Chrome, your private browser will only store any history, cookies, form data, or anything else during the browsing session. So that means as soon as you close the private browsing window, all that data will be discarded. Another useful function of the private browsing mode is that it's an isolated browser session. What that means is that, for example, if you are logged into Facebook on your regular browser and you open a private browsing session, the private browser will not log you into your Facebook account. So you would visit the Facebook site as an unregistered visitor. Of course, if you like, you could still log in after. That would be very convenient if you have to Google emails, for example. That way you could be logged into both emails at the same time, which you can do with the private browsing. And some more general tips on when to use private browsing. When you share a device with other people, that would include hiding adult content, but before anyone says it's the only reason to use private browsing, I will give you a few other examples on when to use the private browsing or when you could use it. If you search for a present for your loved ones, for example, if you use the private browsing mode, there is no chance of them finding out because the search history is not saved. Or if you would like to search for something on Google without it being influenced by your past searches, that would also be good with the private browsing. And I would also strongly recommend to use private browsing if you use a computer in a hotel lobby or a library or an internet cafe, for example. And yes, I'm so old that I have still used computers in a library without private browsing though. But please also be aware that the private browsing mode won't hide your online activity. The websites you visit can still see your IP address and collect data the same as your ISP, work or school network. If you download any file or data, that will still be on your device. The private browsing mode won't protect you against viruses or keyloggers, for example. So overall, the private browsing mode can be a good tool to take some of your online privacy back. You just have to make sure to use it in instances that are beneficial to you. Make sure you check the description. I will put in a few video links on how to activate the private browsing mode in different browsers. And I hope this video helps you to figure out when the private browsing mode is beneficial to you. As always, if you have any questions, please leave a comment. But now, have a nice day.